Shit at what they do.
Making clocks.
And like molesting children.
They also have really good puppies.
Yeah.
You ever buy a
How
puppy
do
from the
you-
Amish? I haven't, but I've heard people buy puppies from the Amish.
The puppy mills don't buy puppies from the Amish because what they just like because they're like, hey, everything's a commodity, and then they just breed the shit out of puppies. They just like breed until like then like they don't let you see the mother because she's just fucking bleeding.
I was
like,
gonna say
out
she's
of her
probably
eyes.
got big nipples after all
yeah.
the babies she's had.
Yeah, the Amish are real shitty. They voted for Trump overwhelmingly.
Wait, really?
Yeah, they're fucking dumb.
Anyone watch Breaking Amish, that TLC show?
No.
Oh my God, shit
not
was
real.
nuts.
It's not real though.
Rumspringa, yes it is.
Rumspringa is real, but like, I'm okay. So the Amish are fucking dumb. They're like turn the other cheek, but they don't. They
Wait,
like
Jeremy, are we good?
Yeah, we've been rolling.
this is an anti-Amish. This isn't my podcast,
Yeah.
so I'm gonna get real
Fuck
weird with
the
it.
Amish.
Yo, they'll never hear it. Fuck them.
Exactly.
But they do. But they're allowed to have like electricity as long as they're not connected to the grid. And then they have like iPhones, and the
But
way
like
they get by
Amish
is they're-
country, everyone knows Amish country.
Yeah, it's just
That's
like
on the
really
grid.
good bread.
Yeah, but it's like farm Disney World.
I love that.
Think about it's like you're going there to get an experience, but they like do other things to get around whatever they do. It's fake piety.
All right, so let's say pretend you grew up Amish and you were on Rumspringa.
do
What's
that.
the first thing you'd do?
I do
Meth.
that. Did you say meth?
Just fucking I boof meth.
A
just-
bunch of meth.
This just became a piety eating contest.
I would
Man,
just,
that's
like-
so hard to say.
I would just like read People magazine.
People? Yeah. I don't know.
I would for
I don't
sure
know
do
why.
a McDonald's ball pit and then a real low quality strip club.
Really?
Yeah, top two. Maybe. Nope, that's
so
it.
you're just trying to guarantee you get some like fungal
Disease.
infection.
Yeah, I'm trying to really I'm trying to make Amish life look great. You know, so I don't ever question having to go back.
Yeah.
So ball pits, strip club, maybe lick a couple people,
just lick
Like a
humans.
couple people.
some things, call it a day.
Gabby, I'm gonna let you on a little secret. You can do all that shit anyways.
I know.
You can just lick people and go into ball pits and check out shitty.
You can't go into ball pits.
I
Not
love
with these glasses.
ball pits.
Not with these
Yeah,
glasses.
people
Yeah,
aren't
no.
toads.
Speak for yourself.
If I were Amish, I would I don't know what I'd do. I'd like build houses. That's what they do.
I don't know. Like, what do Amish kids do for fun? Do they have like sport?
Work?
They just work. They're like,
I don't know.
They're like, he is 7, he is man now.
I talked a
And then
lot
they-
of shit about the Amish, and I just read a couple articles once. So like that's
I
about
imagine
it.
that I've only ever seen Breaking Amish on TLC.
But that's not real.
But that's all I know about the Amish. I'm convinced that kids crochet. Amish kids crochet.
They probably crochet.
Have you ever seen an Amish person smile? That's the one thing that bothers me is they never look happy when they're on their horse and buggy. When I feel like I'd enjoy that immensely.
Because
Do they have
do you
teeth?
do you smile when you're driving your truck?
Yes.
Yeah, if Cyndi Lauper comes on,
If Cyndi Lauper comes on, but they don't know what
it happened
Cyndi
on the way
Lauper
here,
is.
and it was awesome.
Which song?
Time after time.
I mean, well, that's a gorgeous song.
Yeah, it came on, and I would like almost skipped it, and then I was like, no.
Absolutely. You
Why,
can't.
why would you skip that song?
I was in a skipping mood.
It's a near perfect song.
Yeah, it's a.
Actually, it's perfect.
There's one song by Fleetwood Mac that I'm actually convinced cures hangovers. It's Gypsy.
Which one's that?
Gypsy? Is it the one that's like, you're my gypsy? That's not it.
No, that's not it. I can't think of it off the top of my head, but it's a full
Because you're not
fact.
hungover.
Full fact, it cures hangovers.
Let's hey Jeremy, why don't you pull up Gypsy, brother?
You got it.
If that's not the name of the song, that's going to be devastating, but I could tell you the name of the song if that's not the name. It's one of 2 Fleetwood Mac songs I have.
Back to ass backward cultures.
Can I introduce the podcast real quick? Because it's already unprofessional.
Oh.
This is a comedy mushroom called Ray's Not Here this week. We're doing it without him.
Yes, this is it.
And then here comes. You saw the music video and you knew how the song went?
Yes, because it cures hangovers. Look at that. It's like the
It's
modern.
just a woman in the rain from, I'm assuming, Casablanca.
Hangovers only
That's,
happen when you're drinking.
Exactly.
That's what's her name?
That's Cyndi Lauper?
No,
Stevie Nicks?
from Fleetwood Mac. I forget her name. You're saying just
Stevie
different
Nicks?
names.
Stevie Nicks. She's a
That is-
vampire. She was like supposed to be the first ever
A witch.
vampire.
Witch.
Oh yeah, that's right. Witch.
Stephen Nicks.
Stefan Nicks.
Stephen Nicks used to get coke blown up her ass so her nose wouldn't deteriorate.
Shut up. Does
True
that work the
story.
same way?
Edge is 17, also about fucking a child. So
Wait, does
do
that-
better, Stevie Nicks?
Does that work the same way?
Yeah, I found that out from a friend.
So you don't get like the drip if it's, or do you still get the drip? It's just like in
So I've
your
never
anal
done
cavity.
coke. I've never done coke, but apparently if
Same.
you could put drugs in your asshole, it works great.
And then you're just like shitting your pants all day.
I don't know, but I've had like a friend who's put meth up their ass.
Then when you
think I know.
toot,
And I'm like,
Wager guess.
I'm like, what happens? He's like, you just wait for it to disintegrate, and then you feel the tongue of God.
oh my God. When you toot, is it like a fluff of like,
I'm assuming you try to hold that fart in. You don't want to waste.
that's true. Yeah, that's good.
That's a lot of stuff to put up your bum.
I mean, I've never done drugs.
Yeah, me too.
No, I like legitimately haven't.
No, same.
You have? Have you smoked pot?
Absolutely not.
Okay, me neither.
No, I'm kidding.
See, liar, fucking liar. I
I
have it.
know. I'm on a hiatus right now, and
Nazi trains coke up the ass looks like a must buy.
yes,
Nazi trains, dude. Is this like a Yelp review? It's a DVD talk forum, is where we got that.
Stevie Nicks was hot though,
She kind of looks like
ew.
Carrie
Stevie Nicks
Fisher.
was not hot.
dude. Stevie Nicks young, busted out.
Smoke show.
I don't think so.
Hey, also, am I supposed to hear stuff in my headphones?
You should be hearing everything.
Yeah.
Nope.
I hear everything.
While he's pulling up the not hot Stevie Nicks, introduce us.
Yeah.
Oh, I did it already.
Who are
When?
we? Did you introduce?
Oh.
When did you
yes.
introduce us?
What is this? The Comedy and Mushroom podcast?
Cult. There's
Cult.
the word cults in there, yeah.
Nice.
That's
But
You don't hear anything.
no, I don't. I'm sorry. So I'm going to keep talking, though, if it sounds okay. This is the Comedy and Mushroom Cult podcast. Ray and I have conflicting schedules. Ooh.
Now you can
I
hear
just
something.
heard myself. That's it.
Sexy.
Yeah, that was nice. Ray and I's schedules are nightmares. So this week, Mike Strank is guest hosting, and then Gabby
Hey, how's it going?
is our.
I have a bladder
What's the-
infection right now.
Gabby's our bladder infection.
Gabby is our resident medical expert.
I know. I have a bladder infection.
Is it diagnosed, or are you just guessing?
Well, I diagnosed myself.
Okay, I don't know how that works.
How do you?
Don't you just chug cranberry juice for that?
That's for UTI.
That's for UTI different.
Yeah.
I thought I
see,
had one of those during like COVID, and I didn't want to go to a doctor because I was convinced I would get COVID, so I just chugged cranberry juice.
Yeah.
How'd you get UTI?
I don't know. That's why I was like I didn't leave my apartment.
Did you have sex with someone with a UTI? Because I think that's how guys get UTIs.
I don't think.
Sometimes
I,
I
don't
get
think it's an
UTIs when I.
STD.
Sometimes I get UTIs when I eat too much candy. However, this bladder infection is caused from wiping the wrong way. Front to back, baby. It's the most practical.
You actually did back to front.
Back to front, baby. It's the most practical.
Front to back is actually the most practical. You were right the first time.
I don't think she's hot. She looks
Yeah,
like
look
a.
at, she was good looking when she was young.
Younger. She looks like.
I mean,
Carrie
not
Fisher.
there, not there. There, she looks like
I like
me.
that. I like that
Maybe
one.
here, yeah.
Yeah, that
Right
right there.
there.
Retro silk poster on Etsy.
But all the other versions, ugh.
I mean, also, I don't know.
We
if
should do this again and get Stevie Nicks on the podcast and just ask her about
Why not?
everything. She'll do it.
Yeah, I mean, she's got nothing better to do.
Absolutely
Yeah.
not.
Besides sing gypsy.
I don't know if you're like me, where you're like most people from the past were just disgusting.
Yeah.
Yeah, right. Everyone was ugly.
Everyone's disgusting.
Everyone was like real ugly back then.
Not Harrison Ford though.
Yeah, like he was good looking, but like he
Yeah, but
looked
not
even
him.
better because everyone around him was a fucking monster.
That's true. I'm trying to think of a really old person that I think's hot.
Audrey Hepburn's like beautiful, but
Eleanor Roosevelt.
But she's not hot. Eleanor Roosevelt is fugly. Love her. She's a great role model for the world. Fugly.
yeah, married her cousin.
Wait, what?
They were cousins,
Oh,
They were cousins.
second cousins.
God damn it. I even listened to that podcast that you told me to and I forgot about it.
What, the Eleanor Roosevelt podcast?
No, the
Oh, yeah.
yeah. Very,
Rich people always married each other for a long time.
Pure blood. Gotta
well, that's
keep
why
that
the royal
shit.
family all looks like they're like
That's why they're made of paper.
yeah, and I'm from like a horse farm. And
Yeah.
they've all got long faces that are sad.
3 eyes.
And none of their mouths work properly. Like none of them can string together a full sentence. I don't know. It
They
bothers
don't
me.
need to.
The British people bother me. I'm sorry.
That's fine.
Yeah,
Why
just
you-
the royal family. Normal British people are all.
So I've talked to people who are from England. I'm like, how do you feel about the royal family? And I've usually the thing I get is like, they're great because they bring a lot of money into the country because
Really?
like of tourism and stuff.
Okay.
But they do
Publicity.
cost a lot of money as well. But like, they tend to be on. Like,
That's like a sports team for any other city.
That is what it is.
yeah, but
Yeah.
like you could take Queen Elizabeth and like
Slam
take,
dunk in her face.
you could slam dunk in her face because she can't move well.
Absolutely. Yeah, no, she can't.
But you could like her bloodline goes back to like the 1100s.
Gross.
Which
It's
is
crazy.
crazy.
Wait, doesn't
No, it's-
everybody's bloodline go back?
But not in like a position of power,
Oh, I gotcha. Well,
Like-
speak for yourself.
except for the Clintons.
I was watching on the talk, I'm a regular talker, TikToking, that people in England mimic American, like, how we fake like British accents. They do the same shit except for
Wait, people here do that?
fake English accents.
Besides the guy in Green Day, who else did that?
Well, like people do like for fun.
Oh,
Like
yeah.
having a good old time,
Yeah.
chip, chip, cheerio, whatever the hell they say. But they do it for American people.
And they're just like, I'm going to get the cheeseburger.
No, they say like, sup, bruh, you trying to fuck with me? Sup, bruh. Like that's how they do
Oh,
it.
that's not the direction I thought they were going to go in. That's not nearly as fun.
Yeah, that's how they think of us.
They
White-
don't do like Midwestern accents. Like,
Nope.
Like milk.
They immediately go to
Would you like a
Thug.
bagel and milk?
Would you like a milk with your pillow?
White people appropriating culture, I don't believe it.
that would never happen.
Yeah, not in this country.
When I was in Germany, I went to a music store. I was like, I'll buy a record. And then I was looking around at the sections. And then the rap section was just called black music.
Shut up.
No, it wasn't
Yeah,
really.
100%. More than one place. And I talked to a German person, I'm like, hey, why is it labeled that?
So that's not good, but if you look at where Germany started, it could be a lot worse.
So where does Eminem fall?
That's what I asked.
That's a great question.
I asked, I'm like, where's Eminem? And they were like, what?
Then
And
there was a
that about
tiny,
it.
tiny section that was like white rappers.
It was just him and Bubba Sparks.
It would be funnier if he was included in that genre.
Well,
And
I
this-
mean,
He would have to be, right?
technically, like all popular music, like rock and roll
Yeah.
is from blues, which is technically black music.
Yeah.
Rock and roll.
So, like, rock and roll was black
and roll.
music. Like, so they
Shout
should,
out to Elvis Presley. He definitely didn't write
Shouts-
a single song.
yeah. But he was just like a beach boy. I mean, not a beach boy. Like, he was just like a boy band, and
Elvis?
to himself. Like, they just gave him songs to sing, right?
Yeah, and
But
he was
his,
like, he
his
was like,
hips ain't lying. He's the OG Shakira.
his
He was
hip-
very hot.
He was
a good
very
looking man.
hot.
He was a good looking fella. Even his wife.
but he was borderline.
child?
Yeah, the child. by
Priscilla?
the way.
Yeah, maybe the kid. She was hot.
He's like borderline illiterate. Like legit, because if you think about it, back then he got famous when he was still like in his teens, and he like I don't think ever really finished school and was just like apparently dumb as shit.
You don't need to read with those hips, baby.
That was cool then.
Well, it wouldn't hurt.
Well, yeah.
He might be able to read not to take that many pills on the toilet.
Yeah, well,
Did he die on the toilet?
That's the only reason he's
think
ordering.
so.
Yeah, the only reason he's ordering those peanut butter sandwiches is because he can't read the fucking menu, and he's just like, "I'll get
that.
that."
Yeah.
And they're like, okay.
He just always got to be really good at pointing at the first thing.
Do you have one with pictures? Like, he would love Denny's. They have photos of everything on the menu.
Yeah, he'd be a big Denny's guy.
Yeah, he'd be a big moons over Miami guy.
I love Denny's.
It's not bad. They have a Beyond Burger, I think.
So if Elvis could go on Rumspringa, what's the one thing he
Oh.
would do?
The Amish. He
Fuck a
would do
child.
all the Amish.
He did all the things that you would do if you were just Amish to begin with.
I think it like
Did you ever I'm sorry, continue.
no, I just forgot what I was gonna say. Fuck it.
That's devastating. That's devastating.
I was gonna talk shit about Rumspringa, but there's no point.
Hey, this whole podcast just got off this hitting on the Amish.
I know.
And
Well,
like not hitting, like
the Mennonites are fine to me because I always see them at Cedar Point, like riding roller coasters with their giant like
Shut
Donkey
up.
They
Kong
have to be
hands.
sweating their absolute dicks off, though.
I mean, they don't look comfortable,
No.
but they love roller coasters.
Really?
Yeah. I've been there like a bunch of times and I've seen Mennonites there and it's awesome. I love seeing
do
them.
you think like under all their black like robes and shit, they're just wearing like a mantis t-shirt? like, like I'm living it up today.
No, they're wearing like a Cavs 2015 champions t-shirt.
The year they lost, the ones that they give away.
Yeah, the ones they give
The
away.
free ones.
Yeah.
Captain Stadium baseball team t-shirts.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
I feel like, and like this might be, I don't know why my brain just went here, but imagine how bad their like crotch sweat has got to be.
Yeah.
Because it's just soaking it up 24/7 under all that heat. And I
God.
imagine their clothes are like wool.
Can they use deodorant?
I don't know. Do they? I don't know.
I don't know. Yeah.
They don't have asthma though. I will give them that.
That's a weird fact.
They try to. My ex did medical research, and
on the Amish and their asthma.
but she was talking about like that. Like they did a study trying to compare like the Amish asthma rates to like non, and they just don't have it. They just don't have asthma.
Do they live longer though? Like they gotta.
I don't know.
They can't.
Yeah, just building barns in the hot sun in a full suit can't be good for you.
No, I mean you sweat. I mean as long as you're hydrated, it's got to be all right. You guys are forgetting that there is water.
No, there's not. I'm convinced they only drink like milk from a goat.
Yeah, and it's like it's well watered.
Yes, the Amish do wear deodorant. If they don't, it's their personal choice.
I like that "do" is in all caps, as if to be like, we settled it, we checked, we
They do.
figured it out. They do. We smelled a lot of Amish people.
Yeah.
That's my biggest. Okay, I'm changing the subject here.
Wait, Jeremy, pull that back up real quick, and do the Amish use toilet paper? No, it's right. It's right there. Just click on it. Yeah, they use toilet paper. Amish use most modern inventions, even some technological ones, such as
diesel generators.
Yeah, I told you they're fucking liars, man.
Well, Der Dutchman has cash registers, and that bothers me.
Where do Amish go to the bathroom?
In the toilet.
No, outhouses. They
What
probably have bladder infections too. Back to front, baby. It's the only practical way.
They use their shit as manure. Gross.
Yeah, that's interesting.
Michigan County threatens to bulldoze Amish homes and poop dispute.
It's not funny.
That's so good.
How do I sign? What website is that? Because I got to sign up for their newsletter.
Bridgemichigan.com.
Yeah.
Do Amish marry their cousins?
Oh, that's a
gonna be
real
an absolute
question.
yes.
Or
Okay.
closer.
Okay.
What? Like their mom? They can't. Oh, I guess they're siblings.
So we're learning a lot about the Amish. They can't marry their first cousins. Or relatives.
Oh my gosh, I read that as anal.
I know.
Yeesus.
Who puts a hyphen in that part of analysis?
That's why I read it as anal yeesus.
I want that on a business card.
Data.
Senior data
anal
anal yeesus.
yeesus.
That's like Arrested Development. Analrapist.
It kind of sounds like Yeezus too, kind of like Kanye.
Yeah.
Anal yeesus.
Anal Yeezus.
So is like the co-host.
Is he still living in the
in
Mercedes-Benz Superdome? Does anybody know?
I never gave a fuck about
I was gonna
him.
say I never followed that.
I don't like Kanye, but I do think it's hilarious that a grown man is like going through his divorce
The
in an
only,
arena filled with people.
the only thing I love about Kanye is all the jokes where it's like, I love you more than Kanye loves Kanye. Those are funny.
He's like, I know he's like, I want to talk about mental health, but it's like, hey,
You are fucked up.
but it's like, you're worth hundreds of millions of dollars. You can get whatever you want. I want to talk about the guy who like begs for change on the street. I want to talk about his mental health, not a fucking rich dude that just thinks he's
Yeah.
Jesus. I don't
Remember
give a
when he
shit about
almost
that.
ran for president?
He did.
He's still
technically.
Well, he announced it. I don't think he like
He
actually
got
ran.
votes.
He got votes. He was part of the birthday party.
Is that actually? Oh, that's right. God damn it.
But there was a good band called the Birthday Party, so fuck him.
Fuck him big time.
So why do we have Gabby on our podcast tonight?
Oh shit!
Oh, we used to work together.
I'm
That's
an
how you think.
anal yeesus, so
We're both anal yeesuses.
we used to be anal yeesus.
Are we both accountants?
No, my
No.
title changed, bitch.
Oh, really? Well, so did mine. I do taxes now.
Isn't that what accountants do?
Yeah.
Wow, that sounds like a fun life.
Yeah. Dude, all 12 of our listeners are going to be shocked to find out I don't do comedy full time.
They're like, wait,
You're telling me that
you're telling me this motherfucker isn't living off his fucking brain?
our 15 listens top doesn't pay for him to live his lavish lifestyle?
Well, I mean, I feel that like Gabby's gonna tell her friends to listen to this one.
I won't.
Yeah. We won't tell him to do it either.
I won't. You think I want my friends to know that I'm wiping back to front?
You said
It's
they
the
already
most
know.
practical
You
way.
said
They
it's
already
not.
know.
I know it's the most practical way.
You told
Anyway,
me, and I don't know you.
I
I'm
know.
assuming you told your parents.
Not yet. I just found out. I just self-diagnosed myself today.
You should blame it on them.
Did it just hurt when you pissed?
I peed 6 times last night. I got minimal sleep.
Maybe does that mean bladder infection, or
that-
does that mean maybe you're
could be-
diabetic?
Oh, whoa.
Does your piss smell sweet?
no.
That is yeah, I thought I had diabetes one time because of that. That's a thing.
What type?
What do you mean?
Diabetes.
Well, I
what
didn't
type?
have diabetes, so I guess
You would
good
assume type
yeah.
2, right?
Dude, I don't know anything about diabetes. I just know it makes your pee smell. I thought it was asparagus. Turns out it was sugars.
Oh, nice.
One time I went to a conference and
Yeah.
they served asparagus at lunch, and there was like this world's smallest restroom, and the odor coming from the restroom was absolutely miserable. The entire conference
And it was
room
like
just,
a bunch of old white dudes, probably.
Yes, the entire conference room smelled like asparagus urine, and it was
That's pee that already smells bad, and they're just like,
yes.
yeah.
And they're all dehydrated. None of them are like
Well, they don't believe in
regularly
water.
hydrated.
They're like, I drink whiskey. It's good enough.
Yeah, whiskey and asparagus pee. It basically
so
came
awesome.
out orange. I was like,
That's so gross.
It's
But I love the smell of asparagus pee.
what?
oh,
I don't mind it. I'm
Dude,
like, but
What?
I like sometimes I'll eat asparagus and the next day I forget that I had asparagus and I freak out. I'm like, oh, I'm dying.
I will like.
but do you like your own?
I mean, it's when I'm like, oh, that smells interesting. What a fun event, and then I flush
good
it and I go
change.
on with my day.
I like that you're just like the human body is a miracle.
The human body is a miracle.
Well, does anyone else like the smell of their own toots?
Nope.
Not really, but I don't hate it.
I feel like I keep my windows up. I'm basking in it.
You're like, I'm just gonna
Really?
fucking hotbox this shit.
Myself, yeah.
Even when I'm alone, I roll the windows down and I'm like, hopefully nobody notices.
No. I want to breathe all of that in. It's like I don't want to waste any air. If it leaves me, it's coming right back in.
You want to just recycle that?
Yeah,
You're
reduce,
trying to
reuse,
remake that
recycle.
fart.
I'm economic.
When you roll the windows
You
down,
really are an accountant.
When you roll down the windows,
I'm not an accountant. That's Joe.
when you roll down the windows, the air isn't gone forever. That's not how
Well,
the air works.
that's how toots work.
I like how you call them toots, like
I
you're
can't.
6.
I can't. I don't like the other word. It grosses me out.
Fart.
Blech.
In
You
England,
put an
they,
extra.
in England they call them pops.
I like
Ew.
that. Well, if it has a sound, it's a toot. If it doesn't make a sound, it's a fluff. Little fluff.
That's so. I've never even.
Been-
I
like
worked with
how-
you for like 3 years and I didn't know that. That's
So
true.
I like how you're like, I won't call them a fart because it's gross, but I'll wipe my asshole into my vagina.
into the urethra because it's the most practical way. But that's only because I was being stupid and I didn't realize that like your arm could go behind you.
I literally was. She was like, "How do you wipe in the
And I
parking
was
lot?"
trying to
And I
go
was
like
"You
this.
reach
How old
behind."
are you?
Old enough to know that it's the most practical way. 25.
25 and you just learned your arm goes behind you?
Yes. And it's like
This whole time you've just been like, I can't do anything.
living this way.
Like those bodybuilders that can't scratch their own backs.
Yeah.
I'm just so beefy that I can't physically move my arms that way.
Yeah.
I want to get in like in really good shape enough that my nickname can be Chunks because I'm just beef chunks.
That would
Gross.
chunks. I feel like if your
No
nickname
healthy
was
person's been called chunks.
chunks.
No, that's why I'd be so perfect.
This is my buddy. He's got 3% body fat. We call
Chunks.
him fucking chunky bitch.
Can't scratch his own back or wipe. The boys wipe for him.
Unless you like made yourself puke constantly and that's how you were ripped, then I could see you being called chunks.
Oh, that'd be like, yeah, I eat. I let it marinate for 3 hours in my stomach and then I puke it up.
Chunks.
Ooh.
I get that.
No one should ever be called chunks.
What about beef chunks?
What if you were like, you know, some people like date someone and they call like their significant other by their nickname, which is always like a pet peeve of mine.
I hate it
Okay.
so much.
Like, so it's like imagine being like, you'd be like some nice Gabby, you have a significant other, you really like them, and like
I'm vibing.
You're
Yeah,
vibing.
what are they calling me?
No, they're calling you're like, Mom, Dad, this is the guy I love. His name is Chunks.
Oh, okay, true. He goes by Stallion. I'm totally in love.
His real name's Arthur. Like, Arthur Chunks. That's his last name too.
His last name's Chunks. Like people that like date someone, they call them by their last name. Gross.
I don't like that.
Okay,
Jim Halpert.
Yeah.
what is that?
He calls her Beasley all the time. It's gross.
I think that's cute. I mean, my last name's trash, so like I wouldn't want anyone.
What's your last name?
Iacona. It's like all vowels.
What's your social security number?
2?
Don't.
Iacona?
Yeah.
That's interesting last name.
Thanks.
I know. I just like I never heard that as a last name.
It's mostly a first name. I get it. It's a pretty common first name.
Is it?
No.
Oh. I didn't know if like in like Italy they were like, this is my daughter, Iacona. And then they were like, do it.
Surprisingly, they don't do that.
I want to know. I'm not.
Is that an Italian name?
Slovenian.
Slovenian. See.
Wow,
That's
that was
why I
way off.
solely live off red meat.
She's where was your Slav radar on that, brother?
Yeah. We've talked about our Slav squats
All right,
constantly.
Jeremy, turn it off. Podcast is over. I gotta go home and rethink my life.
Come on.
Fucking end it. I like that you both took a drink at the same time. That was nice.
I feel like my significant other calls me Prisoner Gabe. That's my nickname.
Why?
And shortens it to PG, but the long version is Prisoner Gabe.
What?
Explain.
No.
The most insane nickname I had is I dated a girl named Katie and I called her Kate and people were like, that's weird.
Whoa.
That was it.
Crazy.
Yeah.
I dated someone and they called her tall, and
That was her name?
Let me guess, she was tall.
she was taller, like my height, but like she wasn't that tall. She was like maybe
So she's not
5'9".
taller than
Did
me.
she wear heels when you guys would like get?
We went out and sometimes she wore heels. Yeah,
Was she taller than you?
yeah.
How'd it feel?
I don't give a shit.
Love that. Love that.
I love a volleyball chick. I want to date someone who's 6'4".
I want to be direct height with boobs. Like, because then you don't have an excuse if they're like, my eyes are up here. It's like, I physically can't look at your eyes
Can't look at
because
you up
you're
there.
so tall.
Really?
It just makes sense.
I feel I've never heights never bothered me. I don't understand why
Heights
people
never
get-
bothered
yeah.
me.
I cannot say the same.
Really?
I feel like I don't know if I'd vibe with. I'm already kind of short, so if someone's shorter than me,
Yeah.
That's fair.
you know, I'm not.
Honestly-
I'm not feeling feminine.
Okay.
More than anything, I don't like dating girls that are like super short because I'm just like, that's weird to me.
Yeah.
If I can throw you like a football, I don't want to date you.
So you don't like dating midgets.
Well,
Okay, I'm glad we
little
picked up.
people,
Yeah,
little
sorry,
people.
that's my bad. That's my bad. Little people.
Also, I said throwing like a football, and she immediately was like, I know
Tell
exactly
me
the people.
what 5'4" girl you can throw like a football.
I got big arms. My name's Chunks.
He's got chunks. This
You're
dude's
right,
got
you're right,
3%
that's
body
chunks.
fat.
I got 3% body fat, 100% beef.
All American hot dog.
One time I saw like a person that was like a little person. I think they were a little person, and they were super hot. And I was like staring at them for like a long time at like TJ Maxx.
What do you do when you see a normal person that's really hot? Do
Stare
you
at
not
them as
stare-
well.
Oh, okay.
but like I had never seen like a hot little person before, which is sketchy to say. I feel like this shouldn't be aired.
You watch the TLC shows?
Yeah. Well, what Little People Big World?
No, but there's some other ones that's like Housewives of Little People.
No, I never saw that one.
That's not what it's called, but some of them
Yeah.
got cake.
Got cake.
They cakey.
There was
That's like the one phrase. I think that's the first phrase that I've like slightly aged out of. Where if I say they got cake, people are like, "Knock it off, old man."
I would never ever say that.
Yeah, I can't.
They got cakey.
Yeah, no, I would never say they got cake.
I feel like a lot of weird shit comes out of my mouth, so it's like
Yeah,
Yeah.
I can get away with it. I got a nice wagon. They're dragging.
got
So
a dope
just-
But
truck.
even that didn't work at all.
So is cake ass?
Yeah.
I think it's cheeks.
Cheeks?
Yeah.
It's
But
tuchus.
I learned
Nice tuchus.
that a little person stripper,
Yeah.
so a little stripper,
Yeah.
goes for $1,800. That's their running fare.
Like to get for like a bachelor party?
Yep.
Interesting.
I wonder if there was a spike in that after Danny DeVito was on Friends as a short man stripper.
Oh, yeah.
You know what I'm talking about?
Yeah, yeah.
I wonder if that
wonder-
market like exploded.
I wonder if there was another spike after the Wolf of Wall Street when they were throwing that dude into the,
Yeah.
There is a part of me that's like it probably would be fun to
Yeah.
get to throw and also get thrown.
I would love to get thrown.
Yeah.
Yeah, I would let someone throw me.
All right.
I just I wanted to let that
unanimous.
pause. It was so good.
Well, we know what we're doing after this.
We're all throwing each other.
We're all throwing each
Hey
other.
Jeremy, do we have the tech to throw people in
I
here?
already feel thrown by this whole conversation.
There's really no agenda.
Can you put a target board on the green screen because we're gonna start tossing bodies in here?
Start tossing bodies.
Our bodies, to be specific. Nice.
So-
I just like the idea of there being some real beefcake bro sitting in the bathroom being like, "Bro, I'm done. Come wipe me. Bro, I'm done. Come wipe me, bro."
Back to front.
you just
Practical.
you just describe my lunch break every day, brother.
Most efficient way to
The
wipe.
most practical way.
See, I assume that beefcake just waxes all their hair off, so he doesn't even have to wipe. It just comes out super
It
clean.
just waxed too, so just It's like Rain-X.
Yeah. It just like flies out.
And you still want to show it to your friends like Rain-X. You're like, it just beads right off. How crazy is that?
And it's mostly just protein powder anyway, so it just fucking like disintegrates immediately out of his asshole.
That's efficient.
It is. It's like when you
good.
take a thing of baby powder and just puff it into the air.
That's what I imagine tooting up cocaine would look like.
Well, you don't want to toot at that point. You
I
want to
know.
let it. You want to feel that coke.
Unless you're tooting into someone's mouth.
Could do that.
That'd be just sounds like the worst.
Again,
to me.
another way to be economical. 2 birds, 1 stone. You know,
Yeah.
a little bit in your own booty hole, tooting into someone else's mouth.
That's the American way.
That's reduce,
If that's
reuse,
not-
recycle. You know, breathe in your own toots.
I
That's
still think the
trickle
most.
down economics,
That
I
is.
believe.
Exactly.
We all just got to eat out of Elon Musk's ass.
I'm a big.
It's still throwing me that you call it toot for some reason. Like,
Every time she says it, he like resets his brain.
it bums me out. I don't know why.
bums you at toots. It's
Yeah.
like it's such a
But it's like I feel like you're patronizing me when you say it.
yeah.
It's like oh, this guy obviously can't handle fart.
There's got to be some words that you say weird.
That's so funny if it's true. If we're like, hey, Gabby, before you come on the podcast, I just want you to know Mike can't handle the word fart.
Just
we
want to
don't
let
know
you
why.
know.
Yeah, that's his F word.
That's his F.
That's farting nasty. You don't say any words weird. You don't, mix in your own little jazz. You don't jazz it
I
up
was about
the
to say
Mike way.
that's the word I use the most uncomfortably.
Jazz.
Is
Jazz it up. Yeah.
Jazzed up. I'm trying to think.
Groovy, bitchin'. I mean, those are kind of common, but
That's slamming.
cakey, throwing cakey
I'm
out there.
trying to think now.
Starting to sound like Dance Dance Revolution
I know.
right now.
Song 1, toot. Tootin' with Taliban.
Tootin'
Tootin' with
That's the name of the
Taliban.
episode is Tootin' with the Taliban.
Tootin' with Taliban. Taliban
I'm trying to
toots.
think what I would say. That,
They'd
like,
be Sandy.
people.
She talking Shiites.
You say sweet baby boy a lot. That's your thing.
Sweet baby boy. I
Sweet
kept
You
baby
saying-
say sweet baby boy a
I got
lot.
it from him.
I was saying baby boy a lot,
Oh.
and then I think I got sweet from you.
I think I added sweet, but you started the baby boy trend.
That-
Like, what's up, baby boy?
Yeah.
Like that, you think that's less weird than toot?
Yeah, I'm saying it to my baby boy.
Well, I think
Remember what movie was it where like they would come up to another individual and be like, "What up, big baby?" Remember that? Remember
No.
that? There was like a whole.
Godfather Part 2.
I was like trying to think of a movie. Like, yeah, you beat me to it.
The one that looks like I directed.
Just any scene with Fredo in it.
Anytime there's an orange in Godfather Part 2, someone's about to die.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
I've never seen those movies.
The first two are worthwhile. I never saw the third one. The first two are really good. I think the second one's better than the first.
Do you think I added the sweet part because of Sweet Baby Ray's?
Probably.
Probably.
Okay.
Wow.
I just figured it out.
Therapy. Bring it all back.
Sorry. Wow.
I'm trying to think of a word I would say all the time that people are like, stop.
I say crusty.
You do say crusty.
I
a
say
lot.
crusty all the time when I'm describing something that's
crusty.
yuck.
Yeah.
I'm like, that shit.
Yeah, but it's not even. It'll
that
just
shit's
be
crusty.
like she uses it in lieu of the word gross.
Yeah.
Okay. So like a crust
Yeah.
punk.
Like Joe's hair right now, crusty.
Wait, really?
No, I'm kidding.
Oh my god.
He's gonna think about that for 2
I know,
days.
forever.
She's not gonna sleep tonight.
He-
It's me.
He's gonna text me. So, like, real quick, do you actually,
think my hair's crusty?
crusty?
You've both gotten a fair amount of those messages where I've just messaged you and been like, "Hey, do you actually think this is?"
Oh, that is Jeremy.
Yeah, that's insane.
Like, that's crusty.
When Jeremy had long hair, that actually looked just like him.
Yeah, it's Francis Ford Coppola, and it's like crazy how much he looks like me.
Yeah, you guys look very
On the
similar.
set of Godfather 2. Callback, baby.
Yep.
Woo!
If you pull up like a picture of like any Arnold Schwarzenegger photo, that's just what I look like. So 100% beef, man.
I've heard you talk about how it feels like coming in the gym. So
Like ejaculating or like going into the gym?
going into the gym, that's what he says. Every time he's in, it's like he's coming when he's working out.
Oh, so ejaculating.
Yeah.
Okay, because I thought you meant like I'm coming inside to the gym.
Not
gonna work
necessarily like an
pumping.
ejaculation, but just an orgasm.
Yeah.
Like an anal orgasm.
Oh, yep. Anal yeesus. I get
I don't
it.
want to imagine. Now I'm like
Toots, if you
imagining
will.
the noises that
Toots.
man would make, and it's gross.
Arnold?
Yeah.
Like while masturbating or like while.
Really, for anything.
I feel like it'd just be a scream. That too.
Get to the chopper.
It's just a lot of like vowels.
Or I feel
it's
like
your last name without all the consonants. That's what he does.
yeah. Or I feel like he's dead silent, looking at himself in the mirror, maintaining eye contact, jerking off to himself, jerking off.
So he has like a mirror behind him, so he could see like all the mirrors.
All aspects. He's in
like,
a
I have to see
changing
every
room.
muscle.
Yeah, every muscle.
Who would be grosser to watch have sex, him or Sly?
Sly?
Stallone.
Oh.
I think Stallone would be grosser.
I was gonna say I don't think that
Yes.
Arnold Schwarzenegger would be gross at all.
Do you think he's hot?
No, but I think I'd be very interested in just what's the word? The
universe?
no.
Okay.
Mystery
I
universe?
picked any word.
It's not origamics of it, but it sounds like that.
Wait,
The ergonomics?
Sure, like just the way it would work, you know?
Sly looks like Arnold. I feel Sly would be like, we're gonna come in, we're gonna do it. I feel like Arnold would be like, here's the plan. We're gonna start like this.
You
And
think
then
he's
we're
going to be
gonna work
real
out.
German about it?
Yeah,
and
he's
just plan it all
real
out?
German, real precise. That's their thing.
And I feel like if you're the girl getting fucked by Arnold, that's got to be a prize.
I mean,
It's
maybe.
He's literally a machine. He's not even a man anymore.
I would love to say I was fucked by a machine. Okay, I guess. Never mind.
It's called a
I was
vibrator.
gonna say, yeah, never mind. But it's different. It's Arnold.
Yeah. But it's different because this one's an immigrant.
We can't show this episode to anybody we used to work with.
Do Amish have vibrators?
Yeah, but like their husband turns a wheel.
The horse is running, and that's
It
how
actually runs on a diesel engine.
Generator.
diesel
Generator.
generator. Yeah,
My bad.
come on.
Yeah, dude. That's a world of difference for them.
It's actually just Mr. Hands.
It doesn't apply to adult toys.
And couples can experiment.
I like how the photo. It's like yeah, it doesn't apply to adult toys. And
She's
it's a-
getting crazy
Wait.
drinking a martini.
15 things Amish women don't want the world to know. Yeah, click
Oh
that.
man. Before we look, let's guess one of them. Don't look. I'm guessing that they wear thongs.
I'm gonna guess that. Fuck.
They use tampons.
They're big fans of Apple Teenies.
I'm gonna guess that they can read. And I think I'm feeling pretty good about it.
I'm gonna guess that they.
I'm gonna go with pegging.
They-
I changed my answer. They
Pegging?
Love
That's a
love
good one.
pegging.
I'm gonna guess that they will give a blowjob, but they're not happy about it.
Maybe makeup. I'm also going to throw out they wear makeup.
All right, let's see.
I'm gonna stick with reading.
Okay. All right. I'm curious.
They sure
We
do
sure
like to party.
do like Rumspringa. We knew that.
And nothing says party like a book with words.
They're down with spicing things up in the bedroom.
They're like every human. They like sex. Oh, who would have thought that? Oh, their Amish. Their dolls are really creepy.
I don't get
Stupid.
why
So,
it's a question.
Yeah, Amish women are expected to serve their husbands. This
That's
list is
not a
living
surprise.
up. Yeah. There's a hidden rape culture in
We
the
knew
Amish
that. That's like the
community.
blowjob thing.
fucked.
I'm going to give you the blowjob one for that.
It's like it's like, hey guys, we don't want you to know, but we're raped incessantly.
The Amish don't take selfies.
Jesus, this list sucks. It's
This
very
is-
Yeah,
depressing.
this is awful.
This is the worst clickbait ever.
Inbreeding happens on the regular, and it's a photo of Johnny Knoxville.
In
Getting
his
a bit
nipple.
by an alligator.
I hate this website.
Amish children,
I didn't know that, so that's fun.
they quit school after the 8th grade. All the Amish kids get to party at Rumspringa.
Knew
we
it.
knew that.
With a hoe.
That's obviously like that's not a real. That's like a fucking that's
Amish
fake.
women own computers and smartphones.
So they can read. Joke's on you.
And it's just emoji. They
Phones have a
solely
lot
read
of
emoji.
pictures.
Puppy mills.
See,
Yeah,
talked about that.
Poppy Mill's super depressing. Once you've upset the Amish community, you're
Yeah, they
kicked
do
out.
shun.
We could have guessed all of these if we just had a pen and paper in like 10 minutes.
If you get kicked out of one Amish community and they don't communicate with each other, can't you just join another Amish community?
No, they do communicate with each other.
Smoke signals.
Yeah.
Cool.
Amish weddings are cheap.
As
dot.
cheap as fuck.
$200 to $600. Oh wait, my bad. That's people.
What is this picture?
Things are going to get awkward on Amish wedding night. I actually want to read this one.
What is
Do
that?
you want to read it into the microphone? 'Cause
Possibly about pimping their buggies or sharing deets about crops. Who knows? Anyway, this is the fucking worst thing.
Yeah, this is terrible. This is going away.
This just proved that technology is bad, and they actually have it right.
They
do
made
that, right?
that site.
Yeah.
They did want us to know that.
Yeah, they made a fun title so that we would
Dude,
go and know that they
We
get
were
raped.
duped.
Putin didn't rig the election. It was the Amish.
It's the Amish. So, do you guys do mushrooms for this podcast?
I've never done mushrooms.
Wow.
Yeah, it's just right. Yeah.
If I ever did mushrooms,
We don't even talk about it. It's not like a recurring thing. We just kind of picked a name.
Yeah.
if I ever did mushrooms, I would probably watch Hamilton on Disney Plus and lose my mind and have such a great time. Not speaking from experience, but wow, out of body experience.
Just the musical Hamilton?
Yes,
I never saw it.
so good. I'm a big musical bitch though.
I liked
I can't do
Wicked.
musicals.
Live musicals are incredible.
Oh,
No, they're not.
No, I swear.
No,
any
I've been to
music,
one.
any movie without
one?
like a song in it, it's wasting my time.
I can't remember what it was, but I was just like, just say what you want to say without singing it.
Then it's not a musical. Then it's just a movie.
Then it's just a play, and that's better.
I don't know, man. Wicked was really
Wicked's
impressive.
great. I already got tickets.
Wicked bad.
It's wicked good, dude. And
Bo
so-
Burnham's thing. Are we counting that as a musical?
That's not a musical.
It's
That's
literally
amazing.
it's literally written in the description comedy musical.
It is.
It's not a musical. There's not people being like instead of just being like, hot day out today, they're just not like, it's hot outside, jazzy. It's so stupid.
The Book of Mormon's amazing too.
Well, it's Matt and Trey, yeah.
Yeah, but I like how you say their first names.
Well, we're on a first name
It's
basis.
my boys Matt and Trey. They know how to write good stuff. But Wicked was really
is
good.
that the one that has the song that's like "Fuck You, God"?
Yeah.
in the ass or something.
No, it's like, yeah.
Yeah.
Fan of the opera, big fan.
When I saw Wicked, because I went and they took me, and I'm like, all right, I'll be open minded. I was like, oh,
Who took you? Tell us.
It was my ex's parents.
Just you two?
Like no, they
Just
didn't-
you and the dad?
You and
the
ooh, that's
stepdad,
even
the
weirder than
mom, myself, and the other boyfriend, because the
Shut up.
because they bought tickets for their kids to go, but then their grandparents got them tickets. Well, so the grandparents took them, and they're like, well, we have these extra tickets, and so they took us.
All on the same day?
Different day.
That's weird. Did you guys get dinner before?
I mean, I knew I had been friends with them for a little
kidding.
while. It wasn't like the first time I ever met them at that point in time.
Still.
It's way funnier if it's just you and the stepdad.
It is funnier that way.
That was fine with me.
Who'd you sit next to?
Yeah. Of course he is. He's fine with everything. He's a stepdad.
He's stepdad. He doesn't have
He doesn't
any
have
skin
a
in the
say.
race.
Yeah, he doesn't have a say.
I sat next to the other boyfriend.
Okay.
Yeah.
Did you guys like talk the whole time?
No, man, I was paying attention. I was enthralled.
It really changes your perspective on Wizard of Oz, I'm telling you.
And when there's someone doing a solo and just fucking belting it out, and there's like you're in a theater full of people, it's a transcendent experience. It's fucking
I always
great,
try
man. I
to-
swear to God, it's amazing.
I always try to focus on, like, people get super sweaty when they're singing like that. I try to count their dribbles, sweat
I
dribbles.
don't know why this is like something I get real Slavic about. I'm just like musicals are bad inherently.
No. West Side Story, Sharks in the Jets.
Oh, that's the one where they're like walking and snapping.
When you're
I've-
a jet all the way. Ba,
Yeah,
ba, ba.
I've never more just wanted to be like, shut the fuck up.
I don't
to
like
a group of people.
I don't like musicals like in movies. Like I don't like a movie musical, but like live, it's fun. Although I do love Grease. Grease is great.
Grease. That's a great
also
example.
A hilariously disgusting name for anything.
Grease.
What about, like, I'm a Bill? Remember that?
I'm just a bill.
Bill. That's a
Yes,
musical.
I'm only a bill. That's not a music. That's Schoolhouse.
That's Schoolhouse Rock.
That's the OG musical.
If that is actually a musical, then I've changed my mind completely because that
Thank
is the greatest
you.
thing ever made.
Argument valid.
Dude, conjunction, junction. What's your
What's your
function?
function? Toots.
I show that to students regularly.
Really?
Yeah. And they're just like, "Why are we watching this?" And then I'm just like, "I just don't want to talk right now."
Did you ever listen? There's like the band Blind Melon did a cover of Three's a Magic Number, and it's, you want to talk transcendent.
Beautiful.
It changed my life. It like made me weep tears, not of joy or sadness, just tears of emotion.
Dude, I was getting real emotional the other day. It
I was about
happened
to
every once
ask,
in a
when
while.
was the last time everyone cried? Go ahead.
I like teared up a little bit, just because it's been a couple heavy years, and then I was listening to it.
Okay.
A bunch of people died, and like the world. But
Wow, all
and
right.
then,
You're gonna keep doing that.
but I was listening to a podcast, and I was listening on the media, and they did this thing about like they re-aired this thing they tipped because it was recently was Gene Roddenberry's like 100th birthday,
Yeah.
if he was still alive, And they were doing like
Oh,
the
is he
Star
the-
Trek.
okay, yeah,
They
Star
were doing
Trek,
like the theme song, and for some reason I was just in the mode. And like when that theme song hit, I got real emotional, almost cried.
Wow.
It happens every once in a while. Yeah.
So I can't.
That's intense.
Yeah.
What about you, Joe? Last time you cried?
So it was definitely within the month, and it happened twice, and it's two different videos. I couldn't tell you which one was more recent, but one of them is like anytime I just need to get some emotion out, I watch either the episode of Fresh Prince where Will's dad leaves,
Or Fox and the Hound?
or the The Last Dance, the documentary about Michael Jordan.
Yeah.
When he wins his first ring after his dad died, he's just on the floor in the locker room crying. It fucking breaks me.
Oh yeah.
He's like everyone's celebrating that they won the NBA Finals. He's just holding a basketball and like crying. And there's like a dude, people trying to take photos, and this guy putting a towel over his head so people don't see it. And I'm like, I get that, but that's totally fine.
Yeah.
But I feel it. Yeah.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Mine's, I was just being super drama and my skin hurt because I wasn't feeling well. So I cried.
What?
Like, the fan was blowing air on my skin and I was just not having it.
Yeah.
And I couldn't physically get up and I was crying. And so, yeah, that was about it.
Why couldn't you get up physically?
Laziness. Well, my skin hurt moving
Why'd your skin hurt?
because I didn't feel good. You know, you're like achy, your skin hurts.
Yeah. I get
Yeah, I felt
that.
like after I played tennis the other, like yesterday.
Yeah, and I was just like, this is not, I'm not jiving with this. Got emotional.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Sometimes.
it's
Trying to think. Yeah. Besides that, the last time I cried.
it's always movies for me. That movie About Time makes me cry. The Notebook still
Oh, I
makes me
love
cry.
About Time.
It's so
Whenever I
good.
think my cats are going to die because I'm like super anxious and I always think they're going to push open the window and jump to their death,
Yeah.
I cry.
I hate The Notebook.
Whoa.
Movie sucks.
No.
That's okay.
I'm
I hate
with Mike
musicals.
on this one.
No.
That movie's horseshit.
Rachel McAdams is timeless.
The plot is weak.
Rachel McAdams, beautiful woman.
Timeless, say it.
Timeless.
Thank you.
Timeless beauty. However, that movie's predicated on a guy that does the only thing you're not supposed to do to someone who has Alzheimer's, which is just confuse them.
Oh, okay.
And he does that until she fucking dies, and we're all supposed to cry that it's
She
like an ultimate
remembers.
love story.
She remembers.
She doesn't. She's
does.
sundowning,
She goes,
and she gets confused, and
"Noah."
and he's doing the only thing you're not supposed to do. So instead of like just like being a good partner, he tortures her until they both die.
Okay.
And then we were all had that rammed down our throats as a good love story.
I love the one nurse from that.
Yeah, the one that's like, I'm gonna go get a coffee.
Love that nurse.
I don't know.
Favorite
So,
character.
Full disclosure, also though, I was
Pretty bad nurse. She got fired.
I was dating that girl Tall, and
Is this the ex you keep bringing up?
no, this is next. But there was I've dated a handful of women. I don't want to brag, but
Whoa.
but no, she was like, let's watch this movie, and I fell asleep like pretty, and then I woke up to that end. And
So
her
you
crying,
watched none
and
of
I
the
was
middle.
like,
None
really?
of the middle.
and I was like,
You know what's-
I'm sorry I fell asleep, but this movie's bad. And then she was like, it's okay.
None of the middle. You can't say that.
When I was in college, the girl that I dated for like 2.5 years wanted to watch The Notebook.
Yeah.
And I didn't want to watch it. And then there was one night we were both tired and trying to pick a movie, and I was like, let's just do The Notebook and get it out of the way. I'm gonna fall asleep. And then she fell asleep, and I stayed up for the whole movie. And then she woke up to me crying
Wow.
at the end, and she was like, "You crying because of The Notebook?" And I was just like, "No."
But Fox and the Hound.
My name's
Anyone here seen
Chunk.
Fox and the Hound?
Yeah, I've seen it. I saw it as a
Does that make
child.
you cry?
That makes me sob. I mean, King Kong makes me sob. She loved that ape so much.
Which one?
The new
All
one
of
with
them.
Jack Black. The new one
When
specifically
it's
with
like,
Jack Black.
love hath killed the beast.
And then he's like in the background, like flick-a-goo, like
Sobbing. I had to pause it because I was like,
I'm trying to think of a movie that recently made me cry. I can't.
The weirdest one that got me during COVID is I watched Miracle,
The-
the hockey movie.
Did you cry when fucking what's his name was just freaking out in the hallway by
It's
himself?
like when they're just like at the end of the movie when they won, I was just like, they deserve to win so bad.
oh my gosh. I don't know if that makes me like a serial killer, but I've never cried from being so happy.
Really?
I've gotten
Like, especially from a
teary-eyed.
movie. I've never been like, oh my, the joy. I'm crying. Like, that's never happened to me.
I think I maybe have.
I'm morally just like, everyone here is dying and suffering and they lost their
Yeah.
loved ones. Cry.
Sometimes I'll get emotional and cry, like from like something like that, like a movie. I don't know if I.
Movies. Do you ever have that like where a song like you'll be going about your day, and it's a song that you've listened to a bunch, and then it just catches you in the right moment.
Who let the dogs out?
You're like, this was our favorite song. Like when the dogs out comes on, you start crying.
The acoustic version, man.
The acoustic version.
It's intimate.
I want that so bad. Like,
Baha Man.
the Baha Men, yeah.
I wanna.
Justin Timberlake to do like an acoustic cover of Who Let the Dogs Out.
I want the Baha Men to do like a cameo, and they just
Oh my
scream
God.
at you.
I don't know. Like there was like one time I was listening to what's that Bob Dylan song? I know you hate Bob Dylan, but that,
I don't hate Bob Dylan.
he's that song that's like Don't Think Twice, It's All Right. And there was like one day, like in the middle of a date, just caught me in a vibe, and I was like, oh my God, I'm feeling something.
Yeah.
I mean, if
Teared
I'm
up.
having a bad day, anything could make me cry. Anything.
Yeah.
Like if I'm having a bad day and they gave me 9 chicken nuggets instead of 10, I'm fucking sobbing.
Yeah.
Broke chair, man, that one.
Oh my God, I'm feeling something.
You said you were on a date too, right?
No, just like in the middle of the day, I was just like driving. I think I was going to get lunch.
Oh, wow.
I was like, I'll get a chicken sandwich, and then just was like, oh my God.
Was it during a work day? Yeah. That's even
It might
funnier.
have been like this was when we worked together. I think I was going to pick up lunch, and I just like was by myself and just like, oh no.
It's happening.
And I had to eat in my car so I could soak up my tears with that bread from the sandwich.
I never knew I was like really depressed for a
Oh.
long time. Yeah, because I didn't really understand how depression works. And then I was like, oh, there were signs, and I was like, I remember like just I would go get food and I get takeout, and I would just sit in my car and eat it. And I think that's like the number one sign of depression.
Is it
Would
in a
you
styrofoam?
cry?
Is it?
I wouldn't cry. It would just, but I just eat takeout in my car.
Would you throw the trash in your car?
No, I'd eventually throw it out. Like if I got to my house, I'd throw it out.
Oh, okay.
But like when I get Swenson's, I always get it to go, and I just eat it on the way home.
Yeah.
I don't want
That's my biggest pet peeve.
eating in the car.
No, I do that constantly. But
Sure.
if I'm like snacking, I'll snack in the car. But if I'm like buying food like McDonald's or I'm getting Swenson's, why wouldn't you wait to get home and snuggle up in bed when you can enjoy it?
Someone told me, and it's like because they were like, I understand eating fast food, but I don't understand taking fast food home to eat. And ever since I heard someone say that, I'm like, I agree 100%.
Oh, I'll Uber
Just
Eats fast food.
that makes more sense, maybe, because at that point it's getting brought to you. But just shove that disgusting chemical in your mouth. Don't like wait to get home when it's like a little cool.
Like, what if you ordered so much? Like I've dropped $40 at Taco Bell, and my drive's like 3 minutes. How am I
$40?
supposed to shovel that down my gullet in 3 minutes?
Well, you should be. Well, if your drive is only 3 minutes, I understand, but you
Okay.
should be starting that. Don't let that simmer.
What's your go-to Taco Bell order?
Okay, before they fucked up the menu, it was
So-
two shredded chicken burritos, 2 Crunchwrap Supremes, and then some of those little cinnamon things with the Baja Blast.
Oh, the cinnamon, like the ball things with like the those are unbelievable. If you haven't had one,
If I'm feeling like a chunky boy, I get
Chunks.
I get 3 spicy potato soft tacos
Love that.
and a black bean Crunchwrap Supreme
Oh,
and I'm vegetarian, and then a Baja Blast freeze.
Baja Blast Freeze is the best. That's the best thing on the menu.
the last time I was at Taco Bell, they told me they ran out of tomatoes, and like I was so pissed.
Do you know
Yeah,
what?
no one wants to work.
Last time I was at Taco Bell, they were out of fucking sauce. All they had was mild sauce. They didn't have any of the good
Mild's
flavors.
the best one.
I was gonna say that's really not the
No.
worst problem.
Fucking fire,
No, dude.
No,
fire.
I don't want to call me old fashioned. I don't want to eat fire. Call me a fucking bitch. I'm not going to eat fire.
Dude, I was like so upset. And I was like thinking about it all day. I was like, maybe if they didn't put like 5,000 sauce packets in every bag.
I know, because that's what happens when no one wants to work and we're living like gluttonous monsters forever. They're like, can I have a hot sauce? And they just throw it in your face. There's 40 hot sauces. Fuck off. I make
when
less
I
than
worked
minimum
at
wage.
McDonald's, I did the same shit.
Yeah.
I got written
That
out.
was that your first job? McDonald's?
Yep.
Mickey D's? Mine too.
I
was my
quit
second
because
job.
some guy threw a fish fillet at my face.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Give me the
Why?
filet fish.
Because his cheese was touching the side of the box.
Is that
That's
the
so
reason?
sick.
Is
That was the
really it?
reason. He was this drunk dude. His cheese was touching it, threw it right at my
Was
face.
he driving?
Also, though, when I worked at
Was he driving?
no, he was in the.
Oh, that's way funnier if he was a drunk dude in the
Just
drive.
Touch the box.
But also, this was a McDonald's that got held at gunpoint, and we all had to hide in the break room. And then I didn't quit because I got the best shifts after that because everyone else quit.
That's awesome.
That's pretty cool.
When I worked at McDonald's, they just stopped like scheduling me as much. I only got like a couple days a week. But there was this one woman. Every day I was like a 16-year-old kid, like 16-year-old, like no, maybe 15, no, 16-year-old, like little stupid virgin bitch. And like I
Glad we settled that.
Glad to know you didn't lose your virginity before 16.
yeah, 17. No big
If you
deal.
were Amish, you would have.
Yeah.
Yeah, it would have been fingered. But like, what happened? Oh, I would be like making food, and there'd always be this older woman that would come, and she was real gross. She had like gross teeth.
It's another thing I think is gross.
She would come in, and she'd be like, and the reason I said virgin, because she would always come in, and then she would like make a sandwich and start eating it, and then she'd always be like, yeah, I eat when I get back to work, because when I go home on my break, I'm fucking.
Oh my God.
And it used to gross
Her like
me out.
15-minute break.
Or like no, yeah, like or 15 or half. She would just leave to go fuck
That's
every
so
day.
gross.
It's so gross.
Dude, we had when I worked there.
That's why I stayed a virgin.
we had pickle lady.
Yeah.
And so she'd come in and she'd order one McDouble with extra pickles.
Yeah.
And like we'd always like make new people make her order, but we'd have to give her like a 4-piece nugget box just filled with pickles.
It's like the
and then she
SpongeBob
would
episode.
like open her McDouble and just dump pickles on it and eat it. And she was just like this like old woman, definitely had like 7 to 12 cats. And she
Yeah.
would just pound a pickle sandwich basically.
They scheduled me on Easter one year, Easter morning too.
Yeah.
So I pissed my pants and then they sent me home.
Really?
Yeah, I just peed myself and I said, and I think I have UTI. I just peed my pants. And they're like, go home.
I get that song.
I guess it's a hazard to serve food with urine in your pants. Whatever.
it's
Whatever.
we want you to know that the chef here tonight pissed her pants
Yeah.
and still made your sandwich.
I'm glad to know that McDonald's has some like line.
That's their line. Yeah.
Yeah. Just don't piss or shit yourself.
When I worked there, like, the two favorite things is I got written up once for, that song is like, in the jungle, the mighty. I got written up for doing the high-pitched part, that wee. Manager wrote me up.
Wow.
And then a manager tried to write me up one time because somebody, like, shit in the bathroom. But it looked like they
As opposed to.
It looked like their
Like
ass
on the floor,
was
probably.
it looked like their ass was like a shotgun, and they just sprayed it like all over the wall and everything. And they were like, "Clean this up," and I was like, "This is the mop we use for all the floors, not just like
Not just
the toilet."
asshole shit
And I was
diarrhea.
like, "I'm not going to clean this up," and they're like, "You have to. I'm your boss." And I was like, "I don't have to do anything." They're like, "You can go home then." And I was like, "That's fine." So I left. And then I got a call like later that night from like the owner of our McDonald's, and he was like, "That was a health hazard. You should have never been asked to clean that up. Do you want your job back?" And I was like, "It sounds like I should have never lost it, but yeah, I'll take the job back.
so
I really need the
crazy.
money for gas."
My friend worked at McDonald's. And a similar situation happened. They were like, clean it up. And he was like, no. And then they made a guy named Michael Jackson clean it up. one time we were going there and we were going to go trashing, just like go
Yeah.
trash people's houses. And
Love that.
Yeah, my buddy went in the back and he just went to the freezer because he worked there forever and grabbed like 7 Big Mac sauces, and we just took it with us. They were like, "What are you
Gross.
doing?" And he's like, "We're going trashing." They're like, "All right." They just
Got
like-
it.
They were just like, "Whatever."
I remember one time we had like 2 giant buckets, same color. One was the mop bucket that we would fill with hot water and soap, and the other one was the bucket that we would make sweet tea in. And they mixed them up one time, and then we served hot water with soap, a fuck ton of sweet tea mix, and a full bag of sugar to everyone that came by and ordered a sweet tea. We served the whole bucket until finally someone was like, "That's the wrong bucket." Like
That's so gross.
so disgusting.
It's so
How long did you
good.
guys work at McDonald's?
About a year.
Enough to gain 10 pounds.
Nice.
My
So
favorite.
2 weeks. No.
2 weeks.
Ours was like they had just rebuilt the McDonald's,
Yeah.
so it was like it was like the McCafe when that first became a thing.
Oh yeah.
And they were like, they treated it like a prison. There was cameras, and you had to be cool. So people got written up all the time. And my favorite one is like a dude. You remember the 100-piece chicken nugget?
For the Super Bowl?
Yeah.
Yeah.
A dude came in drunk, and just like nobody's in the restaurant, It's like 10:30 at night. We close at 11. He comes up to the front counter, slams his hands on the counter. Nobody's at the counter. Just slams his hands on the counter and yells, "I'm here for the 100 nugget challenge." And I was in the kitchen and I was like, "Game on!" And I yelled back, "Challenge accepted. Prepare yourself." I got written up. And he was like all about it. And he like saw me getting yelled at. And he was like trying to tell my manager. He was like, "No, that guy was cool." And my manager's like, "That's not McDonald's policy. That's not the clown."
Dude, I hate I hate that people like won't get fast food. Like they're like fast food workers don't deserve $15 an hour. It's like no, they deserve 20. Like every fast food worker is like every like
they,
it's like
they deserve the most money, more than I make now, for sure.
I mean, it's just like because it's like people are like I love the argument too. Like they're always like, you know, it's a job for children because you know how McDonald's isn't open during school hours. You know what I mean?
They made me close multiple times on like school nights.
They're terrible.
Same.
Yeah. They're
you
all
can't do.
franchised too, so it's like that's the thing. So it's like a weird like serfdom. So that like that owner like prays to the god of Ronald McDonald.
We gotta like wrap it up here in a second. Thanks, Jeremy. But my favorite thing is like our owner owned like 3 McDonald's, and he came in with his kids one time, and there was this guy, not Eric, my friend, but there was a different Eric that was just a stoner that worked with me. And I'll never forget, like, one of these kids was like 12 maybe, and he just looked at Eric and was like, "My dad owns you."
Oh my God.
Like, I was like working the grill, and Eric's trying to make salads.
My dad owns you, bitch.
It was just insane. But so you guys, how do you end a podcast, Jeremy?
Talking Taliban.
Talking Taliban.
We didn't talk Taliban once.
That's so funny. That's the name of the episode.
I know.
Tootin'. Taliban's tootin'. Whatever we said.
Yeah. So
It's your podcast.
Yeah, so thanks for having us.
I know Ray usually is the one that wraps it up, and I kind of just sit idly by.
All right, guys.
Just be Ray.
Thanks for listening to us. Sorry we missed you last week. You know, just schedules have been kind of crazy, you know, shows and COVID, and no one wants to work. So I just want everyone out there to thank you for listening to us, all of our guests. You've been great.
We love you.
I think that's it, right, Jeremy? Is that how we do it? Sick.
You should have